Hey everyone, welcome back. So, we've all had those moments where we're like, wait, how did that even happen in Harry Potter? Like, why wasn't the Horcrux in Harry got destroyed by the Basilisk's venom? Or how did Fred and George miss the fact that Ron's pet rat was actually a full-grown wizard? Now, today we'll try to get to the bottom of these crazy mysteries together. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is that where does magic even come from in the Harry Potter universe? And this is one of the biggest questions we have till today. I mean, we've got wizards and witches flying around on brooms, casting spells and doing all sorts of wild stuff. But how does that magic actually work? So, at first, we can say that it's in the bloodline. Well, the theory is that the magic is something you're born with. It's in your blood, literally. As we know, in the Harry Potter universe, magic tends to run in families, right? Like the Weasleys or the Malfoys. They've got generations of wizards and witches, and this idea is also backed up by the concept of pureblood families, because these people believe that the more magical blood you have, the more powerful you are. That's why some wizards like the Malfoys are so obsessed with keeping their bloodlines pure. But here's the thing, not everyone in a magical family is guaranteed to be a wizard. Remember Filch? Poor guy's a squib, which means he was born into a magical family but can't do magic. And then you have muggle-borns like Hermione, who have no magical parents but turn out to be total geniuses with magic. So while bloodline plays a big part, it's not the whole story. Let's think about it this way. Just like how some animals have unique senses, like how birds can sense magnetic fields to guide them on long flights. Maybe there's a magical field that surrounds the entire world, kind of like a magnetic field, but, well, magical. Some people and creatures are born with the ability to sense and interact with this magical field. Now, whether or not a child is born with this magical sense could depend on a complex mix of genes and other factors, like epigenetics. This could explain why most wizard parents have wizard kids and muggles have muggle kids. But every now and then you get a squib born to wizard parents, or a muggle born like Hermione, who can tap into that magical field even though their parents can't. Alright, the next one we are going to talk about is why Fred and George never noticed Peter Pettigrew on the Marauders map. So, this is one of those head-scratchers that fans have debated for years. We all know Fred and George were the ultimate mischief makers at Hogwarts, and they had the Marauders map, which shows everyone in the castle. But here's the thing, how in the world did they never notice a guy named Peter Pettigrew sleeping in Ron's bed for years? I mean, they're smart. They're curious, and they know Ron doesn't have a roommate named Peter. So the answer is that Fred and George just weren't paying close enough attention. I mean, think about it. When you're using the Marauders map, you're probably not scanning every single name in the castle. They likely used it to avoid teachers, find secret passages, or spy on people they were interested in, like Filch or Snape. And they might have seen the name Peter Pettigrew pop up near Ron's bed, and just assumed it was a friend of his. After all, they're not going to question every name they see unless it's someone suspicious. And since Peter Pettigrew was supposed to be dead, the name wouldn't have raised any red flags for them. And another possibility is that Fred and George didn't recognize the name Peter Pettigrew at all. Remember, Pettigrew was a part of their parents' generation, and his story wasn't exactly dinner table conversation at the Burrow, and moreover, everyone thought he was a hero who died alongside Harry's parents. So, even if they did spot the name on the map, it wouldn't have meant anything to them. They might have thought, oh, Pettigrew, that's probably just some random kid in a different year, and moved on. So, in a nutshell, Fred and George might have missed Peter Pettigrew on the Marauders map because they weren't looking for him, didn't recognize his name, or simply didn't care enough to dig deeper. Okay, so now the next one we'll talk about is why the Horcrux in Harry wasn't destroyed when he was bitten by the Basilisk. Alright, so this is one of those wait a minute what moments in the Harry Potter series. We all know Basilisk venom is super deadly and can destroy Horcruxes, just look at what happened to Tom Riddle's diary. But when Harry was bitten by the Basilisk in the Chamber of Secrets, it didn't destroy the Horcrux inside him. Why didn't the venom finish Voldemort off right then and there? Okay, so when Harry stabbed Tom Riddle's diary with a Basilisk fang and it destroyed the Horcrux inside it, that's because Basilisk venom is one of the few substances that can completely destroy a Horcrux by putting it beyond magical repair. But here's the thing. Destroying a Horcrux isn't just about damaging the object it's inside, it's about destroying that object so completely that the piece of soul inside it has no way to survive. Now, when Harry was bitten by the Basilisk in the Chamber of Secrets, he was very much alive, and Fawkes came along just in time to save him with his healing tears. Here's why that matters. A Horcrux depends on its container for survival. If the container, the object, or in this case Harry himself, isn't completely destroyed, the Horcrux remains intact. Since Fawkes' tears healed Harry before he died, the Horcrux inside him didn't get destroyed because Harry wasn't destroyed. The venom might have been deadly, but it didn't get the chance to finish the job, thanks to Fawkes swooping in with that magical antidote. So, to wrap it up, the reason the Horcrux in Harry wasn't destroyed is because Harry, the container, wasn't completely destroyed. He survived, and so did the piece of Voldemort's soul inside him. Okay, so hopefully we've cleared up a few things that have been keeping you up at night, but if there's one thing we know about the wizarding world, it's that there's always another mystery just around the corner. And alright, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep the magic alive.